Ladies and gentlemen, we are encroaching upon peak hurricane season, and I want to remind you, I exist and survive off your contributions and donations. So, I love letters and care packages that put big smiles on my faces every single time. It makes me feel appreciated for all the super hard work I've done for almost 7 years. You can send it to T. Lewison, 5430 Birdwood Road, 416, Houston, Texas, 77096. Or you can try my PayPal. Sometimes it works, I think, but I don't trust Silicon Valley. Okay. I'm kind of going crazy because in 2016 I said, Hillary's never going to jail, Trump's not getting impeached, and there is no mini ice age coming. Technically, I've been saying that about the mini ice age since I started almost 7 years ago, because the sun is weird and there's a bunch of wild shit going on, and anyone who tries to sell you that they know exactly what's going on is a con artist. Okay. Because nobody understands the full mind of God, the universe, or our solar system. Now, holy crap. I've been doing this for years, so you get the giant chunks of rain over in Asia, the East. And then at some point, the whole pattern just shifts. And we wake up, and you got like 3 or 4 possible hurricanes in the Atlantic Ocean. And so we're now seeing the Pacific wake up. I'll remind you, like, everything is changing. Everything is weird. And so I could be wrong, but with me calling the locations of Chantal, if they've named it, or Barry, I think we're going to be on course for pretty nasty hurricane season. But, you know, atmospheric conditions like dust and heat are going to make it a big difference. I mean, that reminds me, I didn't have this pulled up. So, like, one of the things we've been talking about, everybody's been talking about, is the meteorologists are now freaking out about how hot in this mini ice age, by my hail hats, how hot the Atlantic waters are, you know? And I want to remind people, you get, because volcano has also been the big theme here the whole time. You got seamounts up here, which are like underwater volcanoes. And technically, I think of volcanoes like pimples, where you can get pimples in the strangest places. You'd be like, wow, I didn't think I'd get a pimple there. And so, some guy said that one of the rivers, they got a reading of 94 degrees in one of the rivers up in Boston or the coast. And so, you know, these are super anomalously hot temperatures for such high in the Northeast. So 6 months ago, when I was saying, or almost a year ago, well, it took me, I guess it was 4 months ago when I figured it out 3 months ago. This is the region that we're watching for hurricane, though right now I'm suspecting it would be in here maybe. But I'm saying anywhere from here to here needs to watch out in the middle of September. We're almost there. We got like 53 days till the hurricane hits. Although there's a chance it could curve out to sea naturally. I'd say about 10, 20%. 30, 40% if Astro Fight Club gets together, puts their minds on it. I think we'd have to go to New York, though, and I can't afford to fly. Anyway, I was talking about, so yeah, the oceans are really freaking hot. And we're in July, bro. August can be real, real hot. I don't think shit is going to cool off anytime soon. And so, you got this volcano range. Popocatépetl had like 4 or 5 eruptions yesterday. It's been going off. It's had activity every single day this year. Every single day. Popocatépetl. So, you know, that's, the Gulf is hot. Oh yeah, we are watching like I said, the whole Mueller trial is I've not enjoyed July. I do not like eclipses. And July feels like 2017 squished into 1 month. And so now that they're restarting the Mueller thing, and so both sides are talking about it constantly, even though it's the biggest nothing burger you've ever heard of. It's just like, that's just added to my misery levels. And for the people out there who just love to eat, breathe, and shit, and make love to politics 24/7, sure they love it. But I hate it, dude. Hate it. Okay. But yeah, I want to say Hillary's not going to jail and Trump's not getting impeached. So, but the stock market continues to climb as the money in the Cayman Islands is like over 100 trillion. You know, you got like 100 trillion stashed in the Caymans. You ever been to the Caymans? I hear they're like the nicest places ever. Anyway, but the trillionaires, I don't know. We got to hope, pray. One or two of the trillionaires is a good guy. All right, I have faith in God because there are colors in the sky and God's always been good to me. So yeah, what are we going over? Oh yeah, so they gotta skipping around. See all the political bullshit. Man, they take your energy, they steal it, and then they use it probably just for like crappy sex. Or maybe good sex, who knows? Where's that? Okay, I'll figure it out. Here we go. So you got like a 10% chance of this thing developing into something. This moment, I'm not extremely worried about it, but Dadabu, the wave master, says a rule at the end of pretty much every big storm front, it's a pretty nasty storm. And so this atmospheric river, which continues, that like, again, it pulses up and down. I've been tracking this thing for like 3 or 4 years and talking about it. Like, this is one of the longest trains I've ever seen it do. And it's now eating part of berry. And there is a chance we could see something grow out of it. Right now, I'm not that worried about the weather. So, I know yesterday was like the 5th time we almost had World War III breakout in the last 2 months. And 360 warning shots were fired at Russian jets from South Korea, which is pretty much just a proxy battle between us and the U.S. All the people who are so focused on politics, they never talk about that shit. They're always like, oh, blah, 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 blah. What is it even like to say the same, like, to know that, like, you have the same opinion as the television, whether it be the right side of television or the left side. You're like, I agree with the television. Television agrees with me. We're so smart. Okay, this is why I didn't make a video. Like, it's just so, the more I tell the truth, the more I get the shit kicked out of me. It's hard to have a sense of humor when a lot of people don't have a sense of humor. All right. Anyway, I'm trying to calm down. What I'm saying is, yeah, still, every indication is that this is going to be a bad hurricane season. And that this storm that is going on right now, look at its substrate. See how I would guess, just from looking at this, that if it did develop anything, that Florida would be the region. Because it would be like pulling and training that way. But who knows, man? Like I said. Let's go to models. People love that. Oh, you got like a giant freaking record-setting heatwave going on in France and Ireland. And then it's going to be a heatwave worse than that after that, I hear. And then you got moisture coming to California. Monsoon, I don't know if it's going into California specifically, but I know it's going into the Southwest. Watch it pulse up and down the volcano range. I love you guys. Y'all are fantastic. You are. But notice that the atmospheric river is almost stationary. It doesn't have it completely filled out. There showed a weird blip. And we are on watch at the end of July. But you notice how it showed a weird blip in the thingy? Showed it twice, a couple times. Let me see the one that really alerted me, though. But yeah, notice how it keeps putting almost in the same spot. Did I miss it? Who knows? Yeah, so if you wanted to leave my channel, now's a great time. Seriously. If you're lukewarm about me, you should probably leave. Especially before hurricane season. I'm sure you can find wonderful information out there that's on my level or even better. Real easy, anywhere. Just throw a rock. You know? Anyway, yeah, it looks like that spot right there in the spot. I couldn't find the spot, but looks like it wants something to develop. I don't know, dude. Shit is wild. I love you. I need to calm down. Solar minimum conditions are in effect. The sun has been blank, no sunspots, for 55 of the last 60 days. Okay, so if the grand solar minimum is correct, we won't really have any sunspots for a long time. If I am correct, we will get major sunspots that are active with possibly even an X-class flare. But remember, sometimes they don't tell us it was an X-class flare till months later. I don't know if you noticed that. It's one of the things they do. We'll be able to tell off the mats. But if my planetary angular orbital momentum theory is correct, we will get major sunspots around the Eris alignment in October. Probably see signs in September. So I don't know. This is definitely going to be one of the most exciting August, September, October, Novembers for me. I mean, if I get the hurricanes correct, that's going to be a major thing. And if I was totally wrong, then that's going to be a major thing too. A green flash at sunset. Those are always weird. Do you know what the green flash is? There's a weird green flash that happens sometimes. I'm fascinated by it. But I'm fascinated by a lot of things, so I ain't got a lot of time right now to be fascinated by that one story. And see all this, like, those are kind of non-sunspots, but they're still weird spots. And pretty much anywhere you see the darkness is a coronal hole. Anywhere. So we got tons of solar wind streaming at us. Major noctilucent clouds at the top. Melting. And the Arctic is on fire. Why is the Arctic on fire? Volcanoes, dude. Volcanoes. OD. Oh no. Am I going to OD on frustration today? Can you overdose on sexual frustration? I would like to asking for myself. So yeah, we have an asteroid that I'm sure it's passed by now. 0.9 lunar distances. Okay. All right, so we're looking at Jupiter and the snake. And so the sunspot on Jupiter has been shrinking. And the snake is going over it. I don't know, for a while I thought it might eat it. But I don't like that snake. I'm cool with snakes. I just don't know why it's going to, that snake's just not making me feel comfortable. Anyway, so yeah, you got major changes going on all around the solar system. At the end of the day, I have full faith and trust in God. He created me. He created the universe. He created you. She knows what he's doing. And so, it's just an update that we are on watch. It is really hot, although you got a cool down coming. So at least they could celebrate, be like, hey, you got some hot temperatures. Although that goes back into my theory that I've had forever. Holy shit. The Earth is like a McDLT, where the hot side is hot and the cool side is cool. Right? And so, yeah, and it bounces around like a lava lamp. What am I doing here? I'm hitting a button. All right, and if you stay this long, I got a crazy theory that because all the retrogrades are happening right now, we got like 5 or 6, 7, 8 planets or planetoids in retrograde. Like, so all my a lot of my ex-girlfriends or ex-lovers are now like in retrograde. Some of them are casting witch spells on me. So that's no fun, dude. Why don't you go save some animals instead of trying to buy new Gucci shoes or whatever? Okay, so yeah, those are really freaking hot temperatures. And remember, at the beginning of the year, I said there's a 75% chance we will see a volcano eruption in California and on the west coast of the United States. And a 95% eruption by the end of next year. I'm still sticking by that prediction, by the way. And so, yeah, those are some high freaking temperatures, man. That is a dark-ass red. You got major heat coming. But they keep talking about monsoon rains. Well, if you like the sound of my voice, then I'll let it play. And sometimes I get all excited, like, hey, dude, a lot of my crushes listen to me. Though I don't know if they always listen all the way. Or if they tune into my weather videos. But then sometimes I see them out in public, but I won't talk to them. They won't talk to me. And that gets frustrating. very frustrating. Then they have that one look they give you, they do that one really, really sexy thing you can't forget. So then they're just like stuck in your mind all day. So it's like you got like 7 holograms of Princess Leia in your mind going, help me, Obi-Wan. You're my only hope. And I'm like, no, dude, I'm the damsel in distress here. Haven't you heard my past stories about my love life? It's way more interesting than I thought it'd be. So I need to be saved. Because the White Queen in Phoenix can be cruel. And they definitely don't ever want me to kiss another woman again. That's clear. Like, they're going to have emotional, mental breakdowns if I ever get to kiss a woman again. Although I'm really, 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 really picky. It's kind of how I got in this trouble. So yeah, you see monsoon rains surging up, but it looks morely for Arizona. What's up, AGB? Or New Mexico? Why do all the pop stars play mind games? What is up with that? Does that give them an orgasm? Does that give them that like 9th level orgasm that I've heard about women can get? Does that come after the squirting? Oh my God, I just went too far. See? Sorry. It's retrograde. And before hurricane season gets underway majorly, I like to get all my crazy out. So I guess I'm doing that again. Plus, holy shit, I'm so tired of people talking about politics all the time. On that note, I watched Jerry Seinfeld. It's a wonderful show on Netflix. Comedians in cars getting coffee. And a dream came true when he sat down with Eddie Murphy for 41 minutes. Highly recommend watching that interview. And then I really loved this episode with Matthew Broderick. That was great. And Matthew Broderick have amazing chemistry. And Matthew Broderick is just, I love Matthew Broderick, man. That guy's just, he's a lovable guy. He's so cool. He's always been so cool throughout my life. And it's cool to see that he's still really cool. And then Jamie Foxx. That was great. And that was really funny. And Jamie Foxx is so amazingly talented. He could do it all. Which is weird because I have like a James Bond idea where like the Daniel Craig guy would find out that there's a American James Bond, which would be Eddie Murphy. And then he'd be 008. And there's this line in there where James Bond's like, why didn't you tell me there were American James Bonds? Emma's like, I don't know if you know this, James Bond, but sometimes we keep secrets around here when it's for the best of others. And so like it would be Eddie Murphy. So the movie would be Daniel Craig as the super straight guy, and then it would be Eddie Murphy, Jamie Foxx, and then Eddie's cousin, Chris Tucker. But then Chris would be like the Matthew Broderick one that doesn't freak out until the last like 10 minutes of the movie. Then he just goes crazy. Sorry, I spoiled it for you. So yeah, Eddie Murphy is the 008, but then he passes the reins to Jamie Foxx. That would be great. And Steven Spielberg would direct it. I'd write the screenplay, would co-write it. Although he's not a writer. Yeah, I was like, what a great idea. Who wouldn't love that movie? You know, is Against the Law to have just a hilarious, and I'm even writing dialogue for the three of them just because it's great. And they work so well together. So it's great. What is it talking about? Okay, yeah. Yeah, maybe if no hurricanes hit this year, I can just go back to writing screenplays. But if we're going to die in World War III, that's a lot of commitment, man. I used to write three screenplay pages on average a day from like age 15 to the minute I started my YouTube channel. I finished like 13 screenplays. Remember I sent one or two to Hollywood and they're like, get out here, work on a movie with the guy directing Empire Strikes Back, and go to all the studios and meet. I had an agent, manager and stuff, and then women were throwing themselves at me every day, all day. It was creepy. So I took a 10-year vow of poverty and left Hollywood after a year. I was only there a year. Too much too fast. The devil offered me the world to sell my soul. I was like, hell no, I'm out of this fucking shithole. And I ain't coming back until I have the equipment that it takes to defeat the dragon. Okay, this has been fun. I love you. Politics drives me nuts, and this has not been a fun freaking July. I don't know, spring to like now was much better. Everything was improving, it felt like, in my life. And then July's been all these retrogrades and the people who never give up grudges, even if they don't even have like ground to stand on. Even the people who like got treated well and were the ones who screwed other people over, they like hold grudges. It's just, I don't know, psychos are psycho, dude. That's how it goes. Newsflash. Oh, okay. So, I love you guys. I really do. I just want the world to be a better place. People stop fighting all the time. Comedy, man. That's why, like, just one of the, like, we should make a city where only comedians are allowed. I'd go live there forever. Joke telling is so much better. Laughter is so much better. And look at that wave coming off. Yeah, dude. So, like, I don't know. All indications are that definitely September and August. We know that August or September is gonna be lit, and probably October. And so it's gonna be lit, and we're gonna wake up one day, and there are gonna be like 3 or 4 potential hurricanes in the Atlantic. And so, talking about politics, like, I don't know at what point we're gonna get serious about hurricane season. Maybe never. I think Houston's safe, so it's gonna be an interesting 4th of July. August. Shit, we still got a week left of this crappy month. I love you. Stay cool. God bless everyone.